ho, 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 ho. Okay, it's fun to laugh, guys. Now, we got before us, of course, the broken Da Vinci Flyer wing. I'll look at the fuselage later. I'm going to look at the wing right now. I'm going to start dismantling it with a view to put it back together. Looking at the comments on the video pertaining to this little accident, the general consensus is, and I have to agree, of course, that was my prognosis. So the deduction is I need another main spar because this ain't enough. Also some shear webs. The other thing I've decided to do, just let me tip you down, is I'm going to keep the ailerons the same size because the gap is quite large in there. Look. I'm wondering if I'm getting a lot of turbulence there. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't know if you watched Adam's video on model AV8R, he was flying his Hobby King Savage Bobber and it wasn't doing rolls very well, and he covered the gap, clear tape, and it made all the difference. So I'm wondering if these would be more effective if the gap was in fact covered. And it's a big sort of gap, so I'll have a go at that. So where do we start? We start by finding a scalpel, but if I'm going to run a new spar down the top, obviously the top covering has to come off. That's a shame that has to come off, but there you go. So let me cut all this out and I'll be back in a minute. Just wondering, this servo will have to come out actually. Let's just take this servo out, I'll be back in a minute. Right, that's going to be like that. This front rib is intact but unglued, so re-glue that. That's where it broke off cleanly. I thought I had a pretty certain I had, oh, it's split underneath the rib because I had a gusset in there, big gusset. That's split there. That will glue back. This is the tension in this piece of wood pulling it up. All the tension was released in one foul movement. When you get a really old model, it doesn't come off clean at all. It leaves the coloured plastic piece behind. That's that piece, that's that piece. That's the centre piece there. I think I might just recut that rib. I've got the pattern still. It's coming together. So yeah, I need the back half of R1A and a new R2, I think, and possibly a rear piece here, I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to go away and cut those. Oh, while I've gone, actually before I go, I could pin this down and get this gluing, couldn't I? That's a very good idea. That's that pinned in then, guys. So what I'm going to do now is to run away and cut these new ribs, and then I can get those stuck in and look at the main spar. Woohoo! Good progress. I've got a piece of main spar, so I'm going to cut that at an angle, and that'll give me a nice big long joint. This angle will exactly match that angle. Will you look at that? Bend that in, twist that down. Once it starts to go, it'll go like that. In there, nice and tight. This is just as enjoyable as the building of it. You know, it's weird, isn't it? I've got to leave a gap there for the dihedral brace to go through, so that's what I should do. I'll put that in there. It's under a small amount of strain, as you can see, popping up. Alright, welcome back, guys. Next morning, and I'm just going to cut a slot here for the dihedral brace. of 1/8 of an inch. I had a thought that I might take this down to there because I've got lots of spars, etc., all joining into one place. There's no point in stripping that off. So I'm going to glue those in place. I'll put some pegs along the top. Okay, so that's the shear webs done. So shear webs, shear, and that last bit's on its own. Port wing, guys. I've put the starboard wing down over there to dry, strip the film off of this. There's lots of joints are busted when this dihedral brace flecked. And the main spar is broken just under here. I'm going to have to either glue everything together and then try and fix the main spar, or do what I did on the other side and try and remove the main spar. I'm going to remove this using the Dremel because it's epoxied in. Busted up rib here, broken joint here, or split band near the joint, split on this one here, and broken here. I think it was the main spar breaking which has stressed all this. If I glue everything here, I won't be able to flex it to get any glue in there. So let's turn it over and have a look at that. Really, I need to be able to pull that apart, put lots of glue in there and push it back together. Let's see if I can glue it and put it back together. If it will do that, then I stand half a chance, I suppose. Like that. Alright, start pinning down, I think. Pinning and weighing. I can do that one in the air. That one goes there. Put one right in opposite it. So that's going to go in there. So we're going to cut those slots and remove these pieces here. Then I can start looking at the centre section. Well, this is the first time I've retrofitted a main spar, I've got to say. Anything sticking up I can trim off. Just gone for a nice walk in the woods. I'll put a picture up here. This is a photograph of the woods, local woods. We walked down, turned around, walked back up. And all the dog walkers were pretty much been and gone, so had them to ourselves. Beautiful. I don't want it to be weaker here because of what I've done. Put that in there. Equal about there. There you go. Not quite down, but yes it is. Oh, broken my stick. Okay, Tim the plane man. I've used some carbon fibre in my Da Vinci flyer. Exciting moment, chaps. I've been working on it and it's ready to glue together. Obviously this is a huge moment. I've got it in, I've put it in and out a few times. That's got to go under there, see? Extension lead. I put Vaseline on the extension lead to stop it sticking with epoxy. I'm glad I did it last time because it allowed the wing, everything to pull apart in the crash. In there like that. And that stays there, goes down there like that. Good, good, good. That comes out of there, under there, to there, like that, and rests there. There you go. What's wrong with that then? Okay, we'll let that dry and we'll come back to it very soon. I'm going to wipe this. I wipe this, some people don't. I watched a video the other day, I think it might have been Chris, Dad's RC hanger. I like to wipe mine because I like to reuse them, and I know when it's set because I'll come back long after curing time. Well, good morning guys. I couldn't sleep, so I'm up early. I've got a bit of a cold actually, so I feel it sound a bit husky. Try not to breathe on Adam. So we got that floor to glue back in, but I've just noticed another little split in there. That's an easy fix. Bit of stitching to put back on there. Just broken out a little bit. Now I might be able to fix this one and put a brace in behind. I've glued in the corner magnet. I've taken the motor off and added a couple of washers on the right hand side, give me more right thrust. So I just thought I'd stick this back on. Actually, I put that on. There we go. I won't worry about filming the covering because you've seen me cover it the first time. So we'll stop there guys. That's the Vinci Flyer 1.5 BatFire repaired. Just got to cover it and she'll be good to go again. So it wasn't such a big deal really. That fatal wing fold, be interesting to see how it copes now with the extra main spar. So as usual, thanks for watching, thanks for looking in. And I'll see you up the field for the next flight of the BatFire with Adam at the controls yet again. He goes in there. There he is, back where he belongs. So I'm going to get out my green covering now. And I've also had a little bit of an idea. I think it was Adam's idea actually. Something to do on the wing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to wait and see. Here's a bit of bonus footage, guys. I've covered the bottom, this sort of section, which was okay, but the top bit, these front panels are already in. So I'm just marking out piece of scrap here. I'm going to do this in that section and then that section, but I don't want to cut through it on that because I'm going to go through. So what I thought was I just mark it with masking tape and then cut it on the bench. And the way I'm doing it is like this. It's the only way I could think of doing it that provided a reasonably accurate result. And you have to excuse me because I've got blooming COVID, haven't I, again? So I'm a bit husky. Cliff the husky. I'm feeling a little bit delicate. Okay, got that one marked in, that's a straight line. So I'm going to overlap a joint there. I've got a straight line marked this end. So now all I've got to do is mark the back end. Say this is bonus footage. Because as I said on the end of the build, you've already seen me cover, so it's not a lot of point, but maybe this bit is. I'm going to go a little bit around the corner there, just so as I can sort of tuck it into that. I can't go far because the aileron's there. Just mark it just enough to go around the bend. like that. Do you know, I buy this film from Model Shop Leeds, and I've got to say, for customer service, they are so quick. I ordered it yesterday and it came today, and we're talking about a shop which is sort of 500 miles from me, but I mean that's irrelevant. It's just that they get on. I put the order in about 11 AM. I wanted to get the order in before midday in case that was a sort of cut off for postage. Anyway, there we are. As you're still here, I'll show you what I've done. So the underneath is covered to there, one piece. It's flat, isn't it, basically? So that's fairly straightforward. Come on now. It's not a bad little technique, is it? I've stuck this bit on. I've just cut this piece using the same technique, marking it out to get a clean edge. Gone around the edges, and now I'm going to shrink it out using this. I'm going to keep a very close eye on this edge. If it starts to pull away, then I should stop immediately. I'll protect it for the minute. Alright, there we go. Job's a good one. Found a nice arrow online and blown it up and made it that size. That was too big, so I made it a little bit smaller to this size, and that seems just right. So I've got to cut this out of black film, and the easiest way of doing it is to lay this on the film and cut through, but of course it's all going to move about, so I've got to take the black film down and then take this to the black film. So in there's a lightning arrow. Oops. Alright, let's see if this is Hobby King film actually. Let's see if it actually works. Maybe I'll try it in there. What I've got to try and do is to chase the air bubbles out as I go. Not so easy. Just going to take that down over the edge. But does that look dramatic? Flash. He'll save every one of us. Okay, it's going to look okay when it's all assembled. I'll do the other side, guys. I'll line it up, same as that one, and then I think put the servos back in. I've still got to fit some control horns on here because I've cut the old ones off. I can't do that until the servos are in. Cheers. It's going to soak in. Oh, wasp, out. Out. Oh dear, there's a wasp in here now. Can you hear it? Wasp. Shoo. Shoo. Come on. Go on. What's it doing down there? Go on. Out. Open the door as well. Maybe I'll go out. Go on. It's gone. Oh, hey, go.